Good morning, Bexley Middle School. It is Tuesday, April 14th, and an A day on our calendar. A little bit chilly today, but it should be nice enough to get outside for recess. So make sure you bring a jacket with you and enjoy the nice weather today. A couple of birthdays to give shout outs to Ellie and Solon. Happy birthday to both of you. Solon, I'm sure there's a lost lunchbox somewhere with your name on it. So stop by the office and I'll hook you up. Media moguls, we're going to have to take a little bit of a detour today. Um, these kids, they've gotten incredibly difficult to work with. Their agents have gotten involved ever since some of this ongoing stuff has come up on the news and they've gotten mentions. You know, they're negotiating for more ice cream at dinner. They're negotiating for later bedtimes. They want nothing but V-Bucks. So they're going to have to take a break, and you're going to have to hear from me today about a media show. So Free Solo, I don't know if you've seen this. Watched it on Disney Plus the other day. It's a National Geographic movie about this guy who climbs, a mountain, but not just a mountain without any ropes, and you can see what's going on here. It's insane. I highly recommend this movie. It's got 5 hearts. It's got everything. It's got 9 heart attacks. I mean, you're on the edge of your seat the whole time. But it's a fantastic movie. It's about not only this climb, but relationships, and what are the things that we sacrifice to be in relationships, and so very, very intense, but highly recommend it. Um, Top stories today. Not a whole lot going on, but I do want to remind you about our Spirit Week. And today is Artistic Tuesday, so do something artistic and send a picture of yourself to Mrs. Robertson, or put it on the social media pages with hashtag BMS Virtual Spirit Week 2020. Love to see those things that you guys are participating in. And so thank you for doing that. We do have a new segment today, however. Uh, got great feedback on the interview yesterday, and so we're going to do more of that. And so today's segment, How You Doing? Not just how you doing, but how you doing with Saki. We're going to go to our reporter not in the field, um, Alex D. Alex D, take it away.
Hey, it's Alex D here with our new segment, interviewing teachers about distance learning. Saki the puppet, what are you doing here?
What do you mean, why am I here? As long as there are morning announcements, there will be Saki the puppet.
Hey Alex, it's Mr. Melville.
What room in your house do you work out of?
I'm actually working out of my bedroom. My wife has an office. She's actually an online teacher, so she's been teaching me a lot about what it means to teach online. And each of my kids are working out of their bedrooms.
Have your kids/pets been a nuisance or a help?
As far as the kids go, they've been great. My 2 high school daughters are pretty independent, so it's pretty much just me encouraging them. They know what to do, and they're bright enough to do it. And my 3rd grade son, he usually takes an hour or 2 to complete his work, and I think he's actually enjoying it. So every once in a while, he'll pop in during my office hours, and if I'm available, I'll step out for a second and help him or see what he's created. As far as the pets go, I think the dog is still getting used to having us around the house.
Other than students and coworkers, what do you miss most about school?
So I would say my classroom. My classroom is kind of my second home. I try to treat it like my second home, and I take the organization and the cleanliness and just the ease of use of my classroom pretty seriously. So I want my students to be able to come into my classroom and find it clean and organized.
What is the first thing you want to do when things go back to normal?
As far as school goes, the first thing I want to do is be around the students again, because I miss being around them. I miss seeing them in the hallway. I miss talking to them at lunchtime. And I miss helping them face to face. It's definitely easier to give assistance and encouragement when we're all together in the same room. As far as my personal life goes, I'm really missing sports for sure. I'm missing watching my kids play sports. I'm missing playing sports myself with other people. I can still play with my kids. I can still go for a jog and be active, but I really miss being able to watch them play and to watch the professionals play, because that's a big part of my life.
Are you wearing school clothes or are you in pajamas like the rest of us?
For me, I am getting out of my pajamas before I get to my office hours, but I'm definitely not in school clothes. I'm in the most comfortable non-pajama clothes I can find. So if you do have a Google Meet with me, you won't find me in my pajamas, luckily for both of us.
Can you think of some positive outcomes related to distance learning?
Yeah, this one's actually pretty easy because I know for me as a teacher, I'm having to try new things. I'm having to discover new things that are out there, things that I might use when I get back into the traditional classroom with my students. As far as students go, students are having to kind of live the real world. A lot of people, especially people that you might call professional people, are folks who are on their computers a lot. They're communicating via computer. They're able to work from home if they need to. And it is something that we're all having to do now. So to getting used to our computers as this important workstation and dealing with people from a distance instead of face to face, I think is good for all of us.
What do you do when you feel bogged down by the current situation?
The current situation of us all being, semi-quarantined and social distancing. For me, I guess I've been working on my house. I keep a list of projects that I want to do around my house, things that I would probably normally do anyways, like on a weekend or a Saturday or Sunday. And for me, it's fun if I don't need to be on my computer helping my students or creating lessons. Or if my kids don't need me or want to hang out with me, I'll go to my list and I'll knock out projects that need to be done around the house.
Thank you, Mr. Mogul, for all your great answers, and I hope to see you when all this is over.
Thanks for that update. Seriously, we want to make sure everybody's doing okay. And so it's great to hear from one of our teachers today on how they're doing. Some resources. You can still get a hold of our school counselors, Mrs. Louise and Mrs. Boussold, through email. Don't hesitate to do that. You can also check out in the Canvas show notes the information about the yoga classes. A chance to do something different and just kind of get a break from all the stress that you might be feeling right now. So that's one way you can do it. Also, you should see a school counselors page in Canvas. You should have gotten an invite for that. 2020 school counselors, where they've got some resources there for you to check out. Um, I don't know about you, but I've been doing a lot of binge watching over the last couple weeks, and my binge watching always includes a heavy rotation of The Office. And so I want to give our final thought today to salesman extraordinaire Dwight K. Schrute. He says, whenever I'm about to do something, I think, would an idiot do that? And if they would, I do not do that thing. I think that's great advice for us all. All right, that does it for today. Stay classy and stay 6 feet apart, and we'll see you here tomorrow, Bexley Middle School.